The BBC.
RFU Chief Executive Bill Sweeney has told 5 Live they'd need 25,000 fans in Twickenham before they can break even. 2,000 will be allowed to watch England's final Autumn Nations Cup match next week, while Brighton will also make a loss when they have the same number in for the first time. Both are in Tier 2, as are the Championship side Wycombe, who will have a limit of 1,000. But their COO Pete Kuig told 5 Live Breakfast it will be worth it.
I'm from Louisiana, and we dealt with Katrina, which was a massive natural disaster. And I'm a New Orleans Saints season ticket holder. And I remember that first game back in the Superdome was one of the greatest moments of my life. So I know what people are going to feel like when they walk in that stadium, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to cost us money going forward, but we're prepared for it. We really are.
Meanwhile, non-league football is said to be in chaos this morning because of how the tier system affects clubs. Divisions below the National League are due to resume their season next week. 2 or more home nations could be in the same qualifying group for the 2022 World Cup after the seedings were confirmed this morning. England and Wales are in different pots, with Northern Ireland and Scotland together in a third, possibly joining them all in a group. England's Director of Cricket, Ashley Giles, says their inter-squad matches have proved that they could field 2 competitive teams. The first of their T20 series against South Africa is this afternoon.
We've played a couple of warm-up games out here, and when you line the 2 teams up against each other, we'd be quite happy if either side took the field representing England. So we've got a number of match winners all the way down. We've got loads of depth, so I'm really looking forward to seeing the game.
Meanwhile, after centuries from both Australian skipper Aaron Finch and Steve Smith, India are chasing 375 to win the first ODI in Sydney. They are currently 189 for 4 in the 28th over. You can follow it on 5 Live Sports Extra. While New Zealand have beaten West Indies by 5 wickets in the first T20 in Auckland. At least 2 significant rugby league careers will come to an end after tonight's Super League Grand Final. James Graham is playing his last game for St Helens, while Wigan General Manager Chris Radlinski has played tribute to their departing captain, Sean O'Loughlin.
Yeah, he's been at the club 19 years, captained the club, captained his country. You know, he's achieved a lot of great things in his career, but he's done it all with great class and humility and integrity, and doesn't really like the limelight. He'll be missed by the club.
Build up to live commentary of the Super League Grand Final is on Sports Extra from 7:15 tonight. The Rugby Union Weekly podcast looks ahead to England against Wales in the Autumn Nations Cup tomorrow. You can get it, of course, via BBC Sounds. And the Wales flanker Dan Lydiard is on the show saying that their young players should take it as a chance to test themselves against the best.
They're coming up against a formidable back row with Vanapola, Curry and Underhill. It could be a tough day at the office as a back row, but if they do well, they could go a long way in cementing their places in the Welsh team for the next decade.
And you can hear coverage of first practice ahead of the Bahrain Grand Prix right now on the BBC Sport website and app. The session starts at 5 to 11. That's the latest from BBC Sport.
BBC Sport.